I'm going to be the first one out of making balls of it, I tell you. Okay, get that idea out of my head in 1 second. Okay. Zetadam Trio. I'm all salt, look, my head. Just rub my head, it's all salt. I was out on the boat today for 6 hours. I think the salt is getting into my brain. I was trying to impress these English ones about the boat and all this thing, and get into the boat, right? Showing off, jumping from the pier into the boat, missed the tube of the boat, fell into the fucking water up to here, like. And trying to impress these people about boats, like. Always the case, is that?
We could see you from the bicycle, you know, like far away, like from the ocean.
Christ. Yeah. Hi there, this is Paul O'Shea here, and I'm here to interview the Zetadam Trio, all the way from France. The band members are Pauline, Markovic and Dylan. So I ask you, Pauline, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a musician. I play gadulka. I used to play cello, but now gadulka is a like Bulgarian fiddle, and I'm traveling, touring on bicycle. Like, what's my band? Zetadam is our band.
Dylan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I play the clarinet. I love traveling, and I love traveling through music, discovering new cultures. So learning tunes from different countries. Been traveling through Eastern Europe, Arabic countries, India, Ireland, but learning tunes a bit everywhere, and now doing gigs as my job, fusing all the cultures into compositions and music with different bands.
And Dylan, you were here before in Ireland?
I was.
C'est du professionnalisme.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was in Ireland many times. I come every year for tours or for gigs or just meeting friends, traveling. I love Ireland. I love the music, the people, the nature, the green, all the green of the West Island.
Yes, and I also want to speak to Markovic. So Dylan, you tell me that his English isn't the greatest. So I also want to ask Markovic, your other band member, to tell us a little bit about himself also.
Markovic, est-ce que tu peux parler de toi? Te présenter?
Je suis accordéoniste chromatique.
So he plays the accordion, the chromatic accordion.
Je me spécialise dans la musique des Balkans.
He specializes in Balkan music,
Plus particulièrement la musique roumaine.
and especially Romanian music.
Je joue aussi beaucoup de musique klezmer.
He also plays a lot of klezmer music.
Et je me perfectionne dans ce style au cours de stages en France et à l'étranger.
So he learns through workshops both in France and foreign countries,
Allemagne,
Germany,
Roumanie,
Romania,
Macédoine.
Macedonia.
Oh. So tell me, why did you come to Ireland? Why did you pick Ireland to go on tour?
Because Ireland is great for music. It's a country where there's music nearly every night in every town. So it's great for musicians to play.
And what I find most interesting is that you've arrived here to Lehanmore tonight by bicycle.
Yes. So we're coming from Cove. We started 2 weeks ago and did around 25-30 kilometers every day. So we did gigs in Crosshaven, Kinsale, Clonakilty, Glendore, Sherkin Island, Ballydhub, Bantry, Moha in Kilkeel, Glengarriff, and now in Lehanmore.
Wow. And Pauline, sorry. When did you start the tour?
2 weeks ago we started. And yeah,
And you've played how many concerts now since?
like in total we'll play like 14 concerts. So we played already 12.
And tomorrow night is your last night, I believe.
Yeah, tomorrow is the last one.
Okay.
And we go.
So can I ask you, collectively, how would you describe your style of music?
So that's a big question. So there is different ways to say what
We play some traditional tunes from the Balkans, but most of the music is composed by me and by Markovic on the accordion. And for myself, I think it's more influenced by classical culture, so things that we learned with Dylan as well in the conservatory, in the music school, like classical music from the 20th century, and also by Balkan music.
Okay.
Or Turkish music, because I used to live in Istanbul, so it may have some big influence.
And so, what kind of instruments do you play?
I play gadulka, which is a Bulgarian fiddle. It's not exactly the same shape as a fiddle. It's more like I take it vertically, like an Oriental violin. And it has a bit of different shape. It's more loud, and it has sympathetic strings, like strings that I don't really use, that I don't really play on it, but they are tuned in order to give a lot of sound and to give a lot of resonance to the sound. So it's, I guess, for people that don't know this instrument, it's very exotic.
Yes.
Or new, at least.
To be honest, I know very little about music and I won't pretend to, but having looked at you earlier playing, it looks like an amazing piece of handcrafted instrumentation.
Yeah.
And with how many strings?
14.
14 strings.
Yeah, in total.
Yes. And you play, Dylan, what instrument do you play?
I play the clarinet.
And Markovic plays
the accordion.
Okay. So I want to ask you now, how do you combine cycling from one gig to another, and how does this reflect in your music? Do you find that you're very tired after a day cycling, or maybe very wet after a day cycling? And how do you find?
Very smelly.
Well, maybe that too, yeah. But how do you find the energy to come out and play that night?
Well, actually, for me, cycling is nourishing. Like, it is tiring physically, but it's also nourishing in sense of it's very inspiring to be outdoor and crossing beautiful landscapes.
Yeah. I think also that cycling gives us a lot.
I suppose it gives you time to think.
Yeah, and it gives some other thing to do than just driving a car to the next concert and wait there and play, and it's more exciting than other tours. It's also a bit more tiring, but it's a better way of being tired also.
And another question is, because I do a little bit of cycling myself, I'd like to ask you, how do you find the Irish country roads?
A bit narrow, to be honest.
And lots of hills.
Lots of hills, yeah. But that's not the main problem compared to France. It's more like I don't know how to say, the side of the road. We have the trees are just there, and sometimes we get branches in the face because we can't be in the middle of the road.
And a question that's on everybody's minds is, how are you getting on with the motorists?
With the?
The drivers, the motorists on the road.
It's mostly okay. Most people are very respectful.
Yes, and we find
We
that.
have yellow jackets.
Oh yes.
Right,
Yeah,
like
yellow vest.
full modern,
I think
full
that-
modern French people. Yeah.
I think the yellow vest. That's probably a subject now for another interview. Like, but you really enjoyed your time here in Ireland anyway,
Yeah, we love
and I'm sure you're going to come back hopefully.
Oh yeah.
That's good. And look, I want to thank you for joining us here in Lehanmore. I'm also chairman here of Lehanmore Community Centre.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank
we like to show off what we do here ourselves. We like to show off our community centre, and it's great that people have considered us to come here and listen. I know it's a little bit late, but I want to wish you the best on the rest of your tour. And look, whenever you're back again, be sure and call. And thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done. Thanks. You happy?
Yes, you?
Yes, of course. So Dylan, you tell me you're going home in a few days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we take the ferry Monday night from Ringaskiddy to Roscoff, Brittany.
And what happens when the Zetadam Trio arrive back in France? Where do you go from there?
Everyone is going home, and we have different projects. The band will not be playing for a long time, probably until the next cycling tour, and we don't know yet where it will be. So we have different projects. So myself, I will be mostly focused on an album I'm finishing, which meant clarinet in Irish music. An album I'm recording with Martin Turish from Malton, and Matt Griffin from Dingle, and Stella for the guest, who was playing in Cork before. She lived 10 years there.
Okay, and Pauline
Yeah.
is going to do what when she goes home?
Well, for me it's a long time to go home because I live in Marseille, so I will arrive one day after the boys. But when I go home, I have 2 days off, which will be, and it will be the first days off since the beginning of July, so it's good. And then next rehearsals will start. So 1 week rehearsing with another project, another band.
And what does Markovic do when he goes home?
Qu'est-ce que tu fais, Markovic, quand t'arrives à la maison?
Je me mets au travail avec d'autres groupes, sans pause. Et pour des répétitions, des concerts, tournage vidéo, et voilà, je vais aussi travailler sur un nouveau répertoire en solo.
Yeah, he will work as well with other bands on rehearsals, recordings, video shootings, and he will also work on his solo album. He's working on it.
So you're all full-time musicians.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Dylan, you tell me you have an interest in ecology.
Uh-huh.
So how do you tie that up with your music?
Well, this tour is a kind of... we didn't think about this first, but like the cycling tour is an idea of Markovic. He really wanted to do this for years, and the three of us felt like, yeah, let's make it. But that wasn't dealing with ecology first. But now with how the actuality is a lot talking about the carbon and everything, it makes actually more sense for us to try new ways within our jobs to lower the carbon emissions. So touring cycling is one of the ways we can lower our footprint on the planet.
Well, the truth of the matter is, and I have a good friend who's also an ecologist, and he is absolutely adamant that global warming is there and it's real, and we all have a duty to reduce our carbon footprint, and the sooner the better, because it looks like that we're heading down a black hole, and we have to do something about it.
Yes, we are often told to do small things that are not so important. I think myself the most important is what we do as a job, where we put our money, because most banks invest our own money into projects that are totally bad for the planet. And the third thing is to try to buy the less stuff possible. So I think the job is very important, and we all should think about how to lower our emissions. And so we are trying anyway, and then we do our best, and bit by bit we can make better.
Yes, and I suppose that the word here leaving us now from Lehanmore, really, and I think from recent council elections that we've had here in Ireland, is that the way forward is green.
Mm-hmm.